Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to discuss a very relevant and important topic. The name of the topic is why Pakistan is almost in the verge of economic collapse. This is a very big news. You'll be surprised to know that Pakistan's crisis is so bad that it has put its embassy in Washington on sale and even directed its all shopping malls, wedding halls, restaurants and markets to close early to conserve energy. Power problem, and their power is mostly generated from imported oil. Now I will quote the World Economic Forum's report 2023, and World Economic Forum in its Global Risks report has identified 5 different crises in Pakistan. 1. Debt crisis, which means they will be unable to repay their foreign debts. 2. Sustained or rapid inflation. In Pakistan, the inflation in December 2022 is estimated around 24%. Third, state collapse. Fourth, failure of cyber security measures. And fifth, concentration of digital power as top 5 risks faced by Pakistan. That means debt crisis, high inflation, state collapse, cyber security and digital power. These are the 5 areas which are identified by World Economic Forum in its global crisis risks. Friends, the World Economic Forum in its report has also opined that Pakistan was also among larger emerging markets exhibiting a high risk of default. And in this particular league, there are other 6 countries in the row. Which are those 6 countries? Argentina, Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, Tunisia and Turkey. They are almost in the same line. What do you mean by default? I will explain it for the benefit of the students and teachers. Default means country is unable to pay its debt. Country is unable to pay against imports. Country is unable to pay the interest on foreign loans. And that is called default. When a country does not have sufficient foreign exchange, the default is the only fate. Now you'll be surprised to know that Pakistan's foreign exchange as on date is less than $4 billion. vis-a-vis Indian foreign exchange reserve today is around $561 billion. The foreign exchange reserve which is there for Pakistan amounting to around $4 billion or less can support maximum the country for a period of 5 to 6 days to repay the import obligations. But as you know, importing crude oil, petroleum oil needs cash payment. So when a country is unable to pay its foreign commitments, a default will come. A glaring example is Sri Lanka. Now, I'll tell you the other facts with regard to the Pakistan's economic situation. I'll take the help of some statistics that Pakistan's GDP growth is estimated to be only 2% during 2023. If a country's GDP does not grow, what happens? Its ability to service the foreign exchange requirement will be, to a great extent, be challenging. That is number one. Second is the inflation. Inflation is around 24%. Now I will give you the price of certain commodities in Pakistan, which I took the statistics about 5-6 days back. Today probably it is much higher. I'll just give you some example. Milk 144 rupees per liter, Pakistani rupee, not Indian rupee. Loaf, it is 200 rupees per kg. Rice 196 rupees per kg. Eggs 229 rupees per dozen. Apples 210 rupees per kg. Probably it is the cheapest item available in Pakistan. Tomato 130 rupees per kg. Potato 66 rupees per kg. Now I have also calculated that what would be the cost per day only for food items per person, per day per person, considering a calorie requirement of 2400. What would be the cost per day? And it comes to around 640 rupees per day. If you can organize 640 rupees per day, you can sustain. That means per person in a month, it needs around 19,830 only for fooding. Forget about your health, forget about the housing, education, tuition, no. Only for fooding is around 19,830 per month. So you can understand what is the situation prevailing in the locals. This is a very important. It is a neighboring nation. So therefore, we have further identified what are the basic causes. Number one, Pakistan faced an unprecedented flood. And according to the World Bank report, the country lost around $30 billion of assets. Second, because of the flood, they have lost lot of grain productions. their agriculture activity has been highly impacted due to flood. Third is huge debt from foreign countries. State Bank of Pakistan in its official reports stated that the country needs around $33 billion to repay foreign debt, that is foreign loan. And the country can organize only to the extent of $20 billion by of another loan, another subsidy or another grants or another fund from the IMF. So there is a gap of $13 billion which State Bank of Pakistan has estimated that there will be a deficit. So you can understand, in one hand you do not have food. If you do not have food, obviously there will be inflation because there is a gap between demand and supply. Exports have been highly impacted because of Russia-Ukraine war. Import has been very costly. It is being suffered by all countries in the world because of inflation in the international market. Crude price was very high. It reached to $130, $135 per barrel. Now it is below 80. So these are the problems all countries are facing. But because of Pakistan's agricultural situation coupled with huge loan from its so-called friendly countries have really created a significant problem to the country, and they are facing the default. Now you can ask me a question, if there is a default, what will happen? Number one, there will be further inflation because the foreign companies will not supply materials to Pakistan because they know they will not get the money, they do not have foreign exchange. So, supply point is under trouble. Secondly, those who used to remit money to their country in Pakistan as foreign remittance from various foreign countries, they will be very cautious. They will know I am sending money to my country, but am I going to get back? Because they have a very difficult economic positions. So foreign remittance, which is a great source of earning for every country. In case of Pakistan, it is around 26 billion per year, and you will be surprised to know India gets 100 billion foreign remittance from its NRIs. This is a great help. And if the NRI remittances are reduced because of this country's economic situation, it will further aggravate. Next, import of urgent materials which are required every day like medicines, petroleum oil. Who will supply material? So you can understand there will be a couple of problems. In the international front, your export will suffer, your import value will go because those countries will be willing to supply material. They will supply at a higher cost because they know there is a risk of not getting the money because whether their LCs will be honored or not, they do not know. Because if a country does not have money, how LCs will be honored? So therefore, default means a very significant impact to the country, but not to the country, but to its people. So therefore, they are in need of huge help from their white knights Who are the white knights? All of us know UAE and Saudi Arabia. But it will be in the form of loan only. If it is in the form of loan, it has to be repaid back. So what their friendly countries can do, they can maximum reschedule their loan payment so that the country can drag out and extend its loan payment installments, and they can give further some assistance. But it will be in few billions. It is not a question of few billions. It is a structural changes are necessary. And that is why we feel this country is almost in the verge of economic collapse, at least in the international front. Thank you very much, friends, for your patient hearing. Thank you.